Hey, everybody. How are you? It's Rob here for a BSP University call. Hope you guys are all doing well. I see a bunch of folks jumping on. So great to have you on the call. I was just trying to pull up something on my phone that would be helpful. You know, for the first 10 or so minutes, I'd like to talk about a tactic or something that's working really well for people in the BSP community with their books. And I don't have the link, but I'm going to get it for you guys and be able to share it with you. So I had a really cool call with my past client, Shanda Sumpter. I don't know if any of you know who Shanda is, but she runs a company called heartcorebusiness.com. In fact, you know what I can do is I can show you guys. I'll share my screen here and I'll show you her business. So bear with me a second. Oh, and she just emailed me. Thank you, Shanda. All right, so this is Shanda's webpage. If you go to hardcorebusiness.com, it forwards to this, Shanda's success system. And you can see there's a bunch of video. She is using an infomercial and also various online ads to sell her book. So forgive me, I'm going to run to my email really quick. And I'm going to show you guys what she's doing. Okay, beautiful. This is it. Okay, so let me give you the whole background. And I am recording all of this. And you guys should all be able to see my screen. So we did this book for Shanda called Core Calling. And launched it, made it an international bestseller, got Shanda TV, radio, etc. And she's now been using her book to generate leads for her coaching and consulting business. And she's doing something a little bit unique that I haven't seen, but using a book, of course, is not unique. Now, in the last 4 or 5 months, she's done just over $400,000 in revenue, all from her book. So she's doing right around $100,000 a month. Now, she has a multi-million-dollar business, so that's just one avenue. But this is all, brand new clients, brand new income and revenue, because she's using the book and offering it as a free giveaway for people to come into her world. And here's how she's doing it. So free book, the step-by-step proven system Shanda Sumpter used to build $1 million plus business. This is the same system thousands of her clients have used. Click the button below. And this is something I haven't seen people do, but I really like it. So she's giving 2 options. One is to download a free copy, which is delivered to your email, or 2 is to order a signed copy shipped to your door. Now, if you click order a signed copy, then, and this is the book that we did for Shanda, then you have to pay for shipping. And by the way, if anybody's on, go ahead and mute yourself, please, just in case. We want to make sure that that there's not a lot of sound, and I'm not on the screen to mute you, so please mute yourself. Anyway, so what she's doing is she's offering a free plus shipping, where she's offering a copy of her book either in the U.S. or internationally, and she's saying the book is free. All you have to do is pay for shipping itself, and then of course she has a site with some more information, and somebody can fill this out, and they fill out their basic details. Now, what happens from here is very similar to a lot of the other free plus shipping funnels that you guys have seen. Do me a favor, please mute yourself. I would appreciate that.
Hello, Francisco.
You're probably trying. Let me go back and mute you.
Yes.
Let me mute everybody.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. So now I'm going to go back and share my screen. Okay. So everybody should be able to see my screen again. So again, this is the one version, which is to basically pay to have the book physically shipped. Now, what happens after this is they go, the person that actually says, yes, I want a signed copy shipped. And we were laughing about this. And I did a full recorded interview, which you guys can find access to either on my personal page or on the bestseller publishing page. She just texted me. Thank you, Shanda. And it's interesting, but she is using this And she's using the other part of the funnel to, in essence, this is download a free copy, which is she's asking for a name, a phone number, and an email address. And a lot of people would say, don't do that. Don't ask for a phone number because that's going to reduce the number of people that will opt in and as far as building your list. But here's the cool thing that's happened. What Shanda's doing is in the free plus shipping funnel, going back to that for a moment, this funnel, Shanda is taking them to a series of upsells. The first upsell is for Shanda's success course, which is this. This is her success course. And you can order it, and I think that's $97. Actually, I think it's 3 payments of $32.99. So in essence, $97 or $100. That's the first upsell that she's taking people to. I don't think she's offering an audio version of the book, although she should. And then she's taking people to an upsell for another program that she has that's $1,000 or $1,500. It's a list building course that she does. It's like Shanda's sales system. So it's list building and sales. And then last but not least, everybody gets a free coaching call. And her coaches are trained in consultative selling. And so she collects the telephone numbers of every single person that asks for a book, whether it's the free plus shipping book where they're getting the mailing address and then selling them more stuff, or just downloading a free copy. And what she told me is that 60% of the people that are requesting a free copy, they're not pulling out their wallets, they're not pulling out their credit cards, but 60% of them are leaving their telephone numbers. And this is the really cool thing. They then are having their coaches get on the telephone, talking them through a very, very simple script, and coaching them, giving them some active coaching, and then making them an offer. The first offer is for a $10,000 program, which is called Pace Club. And then Shanda told me that about 65% of the people that join Pace Club eventually go into the mastermind, which is $20,000 a year. So this is how this very, very simple page that you see right here is how Shanda has used her book to do over and last count was $409,000 through the first 4 months of the year, whether it is right into a free plus shipping funnel, this one, or right into just, hey, get a free digital version of the book, but give us your telephone number. And then they get on a telephone and they're able to close some of those people into as high as a $10,000 program over the telephone. So this is not a complicated process. This is simple. You guys have heard me talk about this process. I wanted to talk about Shanda because I just had this recorded interview with Shanda. Let me see if I can find it for you. If you go to my homepage, there's my beautiful wife. There's Shanda and I. Discover how Shanda Sumpter has earned over $409,000 in her business with her best-selling book. That's this year alone. We're going to dive deep into the ads, funnel strategies that Shanda used. So it's like a 26-minute recording. I recommend that you guys take a look at it and watch it because it gives some details. And then, of course, Shanda is a past client, so every now and then she shows up on these calls. If you're not on my personal page, then you can go to the Bestseller Publishing main page, not the mastermind page. The mastermind page is a private page that you guys have access to. But the main page that anybody has access to, it is there as well. So you'll see it right here. It is Shanda and I doing the recording, 26-minute long recording. So my recommendation, watch that recording. Shanda will dive deep into it. But I absolutely wanted to show you guys what Shanda is doing to do $409,000. And this is not complicated. Shanda is not known primarily as an online marketer. She's a coach and a consultant. She doesn't do a lot of online marketing, but she has done exceptionally well with this really simple funnel that we've kind of showed her and taught her. And it'll lead to $1 million of income for her this year. And more. And we'll do a follow-up call probably in the next 3 to 6 months to see how many people have upgraded from Pace Club, the $10,000 program, into the $20,000 mastermind, and also to see what's happened with the various other upsells that she's offering. So again, really simple. The book is the main piece. This is the book that we did for Shanda, Core Calling. We're doing books for many of you. Of course, others of you are doing your own books. This is what you want to have in place. All this, by the way, is built in ClickFunnels. This is ClickFunnels free plus shipping funnel. It is really, really simple. And all Shanda did was, add some really simple reviews. Let me tell you why the book is great, and then go ahead and get your free copy. And she is killing it with this really, really simple system. So when we talk about these things, and I know I talk about using your book, giving your book away, getting your book in your ideal client's hands, those that are actually following this process and doing it are making really, really good money. They're doing really big, successful things. And so I want to inspire you guys to do the exact same things in your business as well. So I hope that was helpful for you. That is the part of our regularly scheduled programming where I share with you something that's working really well and how it's working well. And I suggest you go back, watch that video that I did with Shanda, make a comment or something. It would be great. I'd appreciate that. But at least watch it so that you guys can get the full idea of how this is working. I've talked a lot about Russell Brunson over the last couple of years. He's the founder of ClickFunnels, but we've helped him launch his books. We helped him launch .com Secrets, which went on to sell over 100,000 copies and do over $1 million in its very first month because of the free plus shipping funnel he had in place. And now we're doing PR and helping him launch his second book, which is Expert Secrets. In the first 4 weeks, using a free plus shipping funnel, he sold 53,000 books or given away. But remember, it's given away free plus $7.95 in his case shipping, and then all of the upsells. So he's making money on every single book that he gives away. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and that made sense. So now is the time for us to open it up for any questions that you have. We got a bunch of you on. I'm excited that so many of you are on. What can I answer for you about Shanda, about her process, about Russell and a free plus shipping funnel, or anything else in regards to the process you're in with the book right now? Whether you're in the publish, promote, or profit process, if you're doing a chapter in Kevin Harrington's latest book that we've partnered on, what can I answer for you? Now is the time for you guys to type in the chat box. You'll see if you hover over your screen, you'll see a little chat bubble at the bottom. Go ahead and just type in any questions that you have, because I am here for you to answer them. And if you don't have any, then that's okay. No worries about that, because I can have an early lunch. So, but I'm here for you. So I'm not interested in early lunch. I'm interested in serving you guys and helping to answer questions. So I don't see any questions at the moment. So let me know what I can answer for you and what I can do. I'll give you guys a few minutes to type some things in. But again, really, really simple. Free plus shipping book funnel. You can go to heartcorebusiness.com. Let me put that down. Heartcorebusiness.com. That's Shanda's main homepage, which leads to her Shanda sales system offer, which is $97. That's the first upsell. And let me give you, how about if I give you Shanda's book funnel page as well, so you can see that. I would probably even recommend to you that, I'm going to put it in the chat box as well, spend $100 or whatever and go through it. Buy her book, have it shipped to you, take a look at it. By the way, she is really, she's signing thousands of copies. I've asked her, I'm like, Shanda, how many books? Because she's offering a signed copy of her book, which is a little unusual, but it's pretty cool. She has signed thousands of copies of her book that she's been sending out. So my recommendation, go through it, check out her funnel, so that you can learn from it and so that you can implement those very, very similar things into your own business. Lawrence, how are you, my friend? Lawrence has a question. As a ClickFunnels member, do you know if I can use ClickFunnels as a subdomain from my website? I'm sure I can find this out, but hey, you are here right now. So, I'm not the super tech guru guy. Steve on my team actually does all of that. But yes, my understanding is you can, like, for example, one of our domains that we use that is a subdomain is go.bestsellerpublishing.org instead of bestsellerpublishing.org, because bestsellerpublishing.org is a WordPress site. So for one of our funnels, we use that. Let me throw it in there for you, Lawrence. So yes, you can use a subdomain. We do, and there's no reason, if I'm understanding your question, again, I'm not super tech savvy, but I know that we use a subdomain with bestsellerpublishing.org, and bestsellerpublishing.org is a WordPress self-hosted domain. That's more of our kind of main website. So the go.bestsellerpublishing.org is, however, on ClickFunnels platform, and we use that for ClickFunnels. So great question. And if you don't know what Lawrence is asking, then don't worry about it. ClickFunnels, you don't have to complicate it with subdomains or any of those things. You can just load your main domain up to ClickFunnels and drive traffic to it. So Brenda's asking, hey, Rob, what are the components of each of Shanda's club levels? So, I don't know the details of it, Brenda, but I know that her first club level is Pace Club, and Pace Club stands for something. What does Pace Club stand for? We just did her interview, and I know I took some notes, and I remember she talked about Pace Club. Let's see here. Hardcore business. Nah, I didn't write down what Pace Club is. But Pace Club is her $10,000 level. And that's kind of the first big upsell that is done over the telephone call via that coaching appointment. And then she has one level above that, which is kind of her inner circle mastermind level. And that's like $20K. So basically she has her book, the free plus shipping offer. Then it goes to the $97 Shanda Success System. Then it goes to the $997 Shanda's whole iSolve sales process. And of course, every single person that leaves their telephone number gets a phone call from Shanda's coaching sales team, every single person. So they're making thousands of phone calls and closing a portion of those people into the 10K initially, and then upsold later into the 20K full mastermind. But someone has to enter into the Pace Club first. So hopefully that makes sense, Brenda. If not, let me know, and I'm happy to unmute you, and we can talk a little bit more. So the chosen one has a question. That's what's coming up on your on the chat. So I'm not sure who that is. But what are the major tools in becoming a best-selling author? So, that's probably a very general question to answer, but, from Bestseller Publishing's perspective, the way you become a bestseller is that you put your great content, great hook, great title, great cover, great content in front of an audience that has already said, I'm interested in this kind of content. And so when we launch a book for a client, what we're going to do is we launch that book via first making sure that those elements are all great. The hook is great, the title is great, the subtitle is great, the cover image is great, the content is great. And then we do an advertising campaign in front of 50 different websites. And many of those websites get millions of book buyers every single month to them. We do a massive social media campaign. We also do a very large media campaign via press releases to thousands of media outlets. And then later in our profit phase, we do done for you PR with my 2 full-time publicists right over there that book our clients on radio, television, et cetera. So, and it's Gwendolyn. Thanks, Gwendolyn. So, so the way you become a bestseller is by, following all of those steps. Now you're part of either, BSP University, where you're going to do this yourself, or you're part of our Done For You program where our team is going to do it all for you. If you're going to do it yourself, then certainly you can go through the content that we have. I think it's module 4 is primarily the book launch content, and that's all about becoming a bestseller and how you do each one of these steps when it comes to the advertising, when it comes to the publicity, the media, all that stuff. So check that out and use that. That's the good stuff right there. Brenda says it does, as far as answering your question. What should the chapter topic be for those of us engaged in the Kevin Harrington book as well? Thanks. So welcome, by the way, Brenda, to joining in the Kevin Harrington. Of course, we're doing an individual book for Brenda, which I'm very excited about. And that means we're going to make you an international bestseller, Brenda, and we're going to get you media and all that stuff, which is exciting. But also you've joined in the Kevin Harrington Project. So here's what I'm telling people regarding the Kevin Harrington Project, because you have a chapter, you don't have an entire book, right? And so your book, what you're already doing, you're going to have the best of both worlds, is going to be focused on your ideal client with something that really, really, resonates and meets their needs. And it's going to have lots of steps and lots of pieces in this puzzle. When you're writing one chapter, of course, you can't do all of that. So what do you do? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to get their attention. And the way you get their attention is via story. So you want to tell some kind of your compelling story. So when I've done individual chapters in anthologies, I always tell my real estate failure story. So, and I lead that into whatever it is that I want to teach, because you still want to do, our normal process. You want to do story, you want to do content, and then you want to culminate the story and make some kind of offer to drive them back to your website, back to you. So, so I use, more of the general story. You might want to tell, kind of more of an overview type story, but something that's still compelling and gripping and specific. And so I tell my real estate related story and the failure, and I relate that to a number of different things. The last chapter that I did in Kevin's previous book that we published and promoted, and that we also participated in, is I told my story and I related it directly to funnels, not to my author program, not to creating a best-selling book, but I related it back to funnels. I talked about how when my real estate business was going fantastic, I had basically one source of business, and that was newspaper advertising. This is, 15 years ago. And I was spending $20,000 a month on newspaper advertising, which was working fantastic until it stopped working. And that was during the financial crisis and real estate crisis and all of that. And one of my biggest problems is I did not have any other sources of bringing in new clients, fresh blood, new leads into my business. So I basically pivoted from that story to talk about how you can now, in the day of social media and the internet and various other channels, how you need to have sales funnels that are working for you in all of these different channels and not be stuck like I was when I was just advertising in the newspaper. So tell your story, but it has to have a specific focus, one focus, and then hit your main points in that focus, something that, again, you want to bring back to you, so your consulting services, et cetera, and then close with some type of offer. And so what I've done for you is, I've created this simple video series where I talk about each one of these main points that I've just made in great detail. So you can go to, brendabowers.com / Kevin Harrington, or, something simpler than that, but you get the idea. And now you're driving people from the book directly back to you, to your website. So, and of course you're going to get, you're still going to get a video endorsement from Kevin and all of that stuff, which, by the way, we can get done for you sooner rather than later, since you decided to pay it quickly rather than extend the payments out and pay more. So hopefully that makes sense, Brenda, and that's helpful about what to write the chapter on. And we can talk more also about, what your video endorsement from Kevin should look like and all of that, because I think that's a really big element of all of this, is to have that kind of credibility from him and stuff that you can use on your website forever and with the other things that you're doing. So great questions, though. Great question from Gwendolyn and from you two as well, Brenda and Lawrence, of course. So what else can I share with you? I don't see any other questions. What else would you like answered? Again, whether it's on the Kevin Harrington book or on using your book to attract leads. Brenda says, yes, I'd love that. Awesome. We can talk about that either on a call like this, or, we can go back and forth. One of the things that we're also doing, Brenda, is I'm throwing up a web page with the most recent Kevin Harrington endorsement video that he did for one of the first people that bought chapters, who is a patent attorney, client of ours, John Risby. He's one of our, we launched his book as well. Anyway, it's a great case study. I mean, John basically wrote the whole script. Kevin is in a studio in his hometown, maybe in his home or maybe just in St. Pete. And then he basically has the whole teleprompter thing, and he does a really professional, beautiful version of exactly what John Risby wrote. Harrington's attorney needs to approve it and all of that, but it's fairly simple to get that stuff done. So we're going to throw that video up on a page so those that are participating in the Kevin Harrington book launch can go and see, okay, well, this is what John did. I can kind of imitate this and use this as an example. And you can, and he says a lot in 90 seconds. So it's pretty cool. Debbie's asking, where do you find information on Kevin Harrington? So Debbie, let me share my screen again. And I may embarrass myself as I share my screen because I can't remember. I can't remember offhand where it is. So let's see here. Let's go to ClickFunnels. And I'm going to just give you the link where you can. So I'm going to log into my ClickFunnels account and give you the link to so that you can see the Kevin Harrington stuff. Okay, so there's Kevin Harrington partner book. Let's see. It's bestseller.cc. That's why I always forget it. So you can go here. This is what the opt-in page looks like. Which, by the way, this is stuff that you guys should be imitating. And let me go back here and just give it to you. So I believe this is the link. Let me copy it, put it in here, and just double check because I don't want to give you the preview link. I want to give you the real link. Okay, good. So this is what it looks like. It's a video of me talking about what the opportunity is with obviously big old face picture of Kevin. Grow your business by co-authoring a best-selling book with one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, Kevin Harrington. This is the previous book that we did for him. Then it gives some information on who Kevin is. So I'll put, let me stop the share for 1 second. So I'm going to put in the chat box that link. If you guys aren't interested at all in the Kevin Harrington thing, no worries. You should still imitate what I'm doing here because we are really doing well generating leads from people that are interested in this Kevin Harrington book. So this is the thank you page, which I'll give you the link to that also. And it's basically just bestseller.cc/thanks. So I'm going to stop the share again and put it in there for you. So that's the thank you page when you opt in, because you don't have to opt in. I'm not, you're already opted in to my stuff. So let me go back and show you what that page looks like. Again, this is stuff that you should be imitating. So this is the lead landing page where people go here. We have this really pretty cool proof element that you're seeing also, where whenever somebody opts in, it documents it, and this proof thing, every few seconds rolls and it shows, oh, these people opted in for, and it actually creates a higher amount of opt-ins. It's a pretty cool little gadget, little software. Anyway, after somebody opts in, they then go, they then go to the thank you page, and this is the thank you page, where they can click to apply. They can download a copy, a digital version of Kevin's book. It has more information about Kevin and his successes. And this is actually like a 25-minute video of Kevin and I talking. Let's see. Give it a second, and then it'll come up. Hang on. I'm not sure if you can hear this as I can, but give it just a second. So there's Kevin. So basically we did a Zoom, just like I'm doing right now, where we did a Zoom interview, and Kevin was getting ready to go on stage in San Antonio, Texas. He speaks 50 to 75 times a year. Average speaking fee is $20,000 to $25,000. So he's done really well. All of this is from his first book that he did. anyway, he was getting ready to go on stage. And so we did this interview back and forth to explain the Kevin Harrington book offer. So anyway, this is a good model for you to follow. Obviously, I'm offering something in association with Kevin Harrington, but this is nothing more than using a best-selling book as the front end of an offer. And the Kevin Harrington offer, which is write a chapter and appear in a best-selling book with Kevin Harrington. You also get a 90-second video endorsement from Kevin Harrington. We're also going to do a live event where all of us are going to be together. So you'll get some time with Kevin. Kevin will be flying into town for that. That's going to be towards the end of the year. And all of that ranges from, $8,500 up to, depending if you do a payment plan, $10,000 or $11,000. And so it's a high ticket offer that isn't a fit for everybody, but we're using this simple funnel, this simple landing page, followed by this simple video, and people click to apply, fill in their information, and then my team gets on the telephone with them, and we've generated already hundreds of leads like this just in the past month. And I think we've already done, $50,000-$60,000 in revenue just with this simple funnel that I'm showing you right here, all using the book as it is. So hopefully that makes sense. Debbie, I don't know if you're asking because it's something you want to copy, or if you're asking because it's something that you might be interested in yourself. If it is, I would say just call the office, and if I'm around, I'm happy to talk to you. If not, either David or Bob can talk to you and tell you about it and see if it's a good fit for you and if it makes sense. But it is a really, really cool offer. And for the amount of money, it's a great offer because of the amount of credibility that you get with someone like a Kevin Harrington, who's really, well-known and pretty big in the business world. Plus, we'll get some time together with him and like little private mastermind stuff. And so it's going to be fun, going to be exciting. You'll see this offer that I'm running for a while, because if this continues to be successful, then we'll do multiple books. I mean, we'll continue to run it. We'll probably raise the price of it and do some interesting things, because this is if this continues to be successful, then you guys just need to model it. In essence, you're selling something like it if you're a coach or consultant, because if you're selling something that's $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, then this is the exact process that you're going to want to use to get people on the telephone, to build your own credibility, and then in turn to sell them your consulting services, your help. So great questions. The links are in the chat box if you guys want to take a look at that and see that. And this is book one that we did, which is like 190 pages or something, 170. Came out really, really nice. And then book two is the one that we're currently working on, which I think we have in the first month. I think we already have 7 or 8 authors as a part of. We're going to cap it at 20 to 25 authors, and then be done with that book and go to print. We're going to do a full book launch on it, drive traffic to it. Everyone's going to participate in that, so it's going to be fantastic. So good stuff. What else can I tell you? What else can I answer for you? Go ahead. I'm here with you, so type in the question box if you guys have a specific question having to do with anything that we've discussed, whether it's the publish, promote, or profit part of the program, wherever you're at. If it's something having to do with BSP University and you're doing this stuff yourself, let me answer a question for you and help you. If it's the back end, which is always exciting for me, that's the real profiting and monetizing and growing your brand and growing your celebrity, then what can I answer for you? And we've been going about 35 minutes, so if you got nothing else, then that's fine. I think we've done a lot. So I'll give you a few more seconds to type in your question in the question box, and if we don't have anything, then it's been great being on with you today, and hopefully this was helpful. So again, make sure you go back and get these links. So I am going to copy Shanda's links because I want to put all of these in our Facebook group for you guys, because these links are really, let me put it somewhere else so that I have it. like in a notepad or something. So that way we can keep the links for you. So bear with me one second. So good. So I got those links. Let me get the others, and I don't see any other questions. So I'm gonna jump off here in just a second. Let me get the Kevin Harrington links as well. Gwendolyn's asking, what is your Facebook page? So Gwendolyn, I have a couple of different ones. So I have like a coaching personal branding page, which is Rob Kosberg Coaching. It's facebook.com/Rob Kosberg Coaching. We have about 107,000 fans on that. That's Rob Kosberg Coaching. And then I have bestseller, I think it's bestseller pub, but it's bestseller publishing, which that has about 7,000. So you're asking for the links. So let me get those for you. So hang on one second. All right. So here is the link to the bestseller publishing business page. This is the public page for everybody. That is not the mastermind page, but that's the public page for everybody. And that has like 7,000 or so likes. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And here is the Rob Kosberg Coaching page, which is more a personal branding page that has like 107,000 fans on it, or likes. I don't know that they're all fans. So there you go. Facebook.com/Rob Kosberg Coaching, Facebook.com/bestseller pub. Those are the links to those two pages. So Lauren says, always a ton of great content from you. I need to get off my butt and make my millions already. Thanks. You're welcome, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. I hope this stuff inspires you to get off your butt and make your millions. And let me know how I can help you or any specific questions you have. But, you know, the ClickFunnels platform is what we use for everything. It makes it simple. But absolutely, you know, the one thing I can't do is I can't, you know, take money out of someone's hands and put it into yours. So, you know, you've got to build these things out so that they lead to phone conversations, because you have to get on the telephone, whether it's you or like I have a sales team that is going to get on the phone with somebody and, you know, share and do a consultative sales process, make sure they're a good fit, and then make them an offer. That's where the high ticket stuff comes from. It always is going to come from, you know, one-on-one communication. So anyway, hope that's helpful, guys. Great to be with you again today. And you guys have lots of links. I'll share some of these links in our Facebook group as well, so you guys have access to all of those links. If you have any questions in the meantime, then I am always here for you. So you guys have a great day. Thanks so much, and talk to you soon.